Hey, Granbury Church of Christ, this is your youth minister, Scotty Weaver here, and as you can see, I have a beautiful assistant here with me. This is my wife, Melinda, for those of y'all that don't know. And I thought it fitting for her to be in this ministry minute that we're doing today because we are talking about Lord of the Rings, and I have not met a bigger fan of the book than my wife. So, without any further ado, I'm going to let my wife explain the story to you, and then I'll get in here a little bit later.
So there are bigger fans than me, but so The Lord of the Rings, it's a story written by J.R.R. Tolkien, and he wrote it in about 1948. It became a huge success among many readers, and for good reason. Tolkien immerses his audience in a vast world of characters and the vast world is known as Middle-earth, and places his readers in the quest of our main characters. So the quest they're going on is to return this one ring to rule them all. It's a ring of pure evil that was created by the evil Sauron, and so they are trying to return it to Mordor, where Sauron lives. So throughout the story, the ring is constantly trying to be found because it has a part of Sauron inside of it somehow. So it's continually tempting whoever is carrying it to put the ring on their finger. Upon placing the ring on their finger, the bear becomes invisible to the eye, the human eye, but is sensed by the ring race, who are the minions of Sauron. So then the ring race are then able to find him and capture him. So the ring race then try and track him down. They're trying to track down and kill whoever has the ring and bring it back to Sauron. So in the story, a hobbit named Frodo Baggins decides to take the ring and be the bearer of the ring and take it back and try and destroy it. Because if it's not destroyed, all evil will break loose and Middle-earth will be under the control of the enemy Sauron. So along with Frodo, there's a cast of other characters who help him in his quest, but the one we will be focusing on today is another hobbit by the name of Samwise Gamgee, who stays with Frodo for the entirety of the quest. And if not for Sam, Frodo would never have made it to Mount Doom to destroy the ring. So, as they get closer to the mountain where Frodo can finally destroy the ring, the weight of the ring just continues to grow heavier and heavier upon his neck. And there's a lot of other obstacles, of course, that him and Sam have to face on their way to Mount Doom. And they begin to just add up and pile up until Frodo thinks he can't bear any more of it.
Yeah, so as Melinda said here, there's this scene where Frodo he doesn't think he can handle it anymore. They've come to this city that used to be there but kind of got destroyed by another part of Sauron's army known as the Orcs. They've come in and already ransacked this city and destroyed it, but they're trying to protect it. And Frodo is put on the ring because they were being close to being captured, and then the ring wraiths sense him. And the ring wraiths show up and they've started attacking this city, and Frodo is sitting here with Sam, and he just doesn't think he can do it anymore because of all these obstacles that have built up with him, and the weight of the ring, of course, that's building up upon his neck. And so as you can see, and as you can tell by hearing these different parts of the story, J.R.R. Tolkien took a lot of influence from the Bible and put it into his story. You know, when we think about sin and we think about evil and death, and we think about the weight that we have to bear with those, that weight builds up and we don't think we can do it anymore. But in that moment, our true hero of the story, Samwise Gamgee, gives this speech that I think is going to be very encouraging for all of us to hear. So Frodo is sitting here and he says, "Sam, I can't do this anymore." And Sam responds, "I know, it's all wrong. By rights, we shouldn't even be here, but we are. It's like in the great stories, Mr. Frodo, the ones that really mattered. Full of darkness and danger they were, and sometimes you didn't want to know the end, because how could the end be happy? How could the world go back to the way it was when so much bad happened? But in the end, it's only a passing thing. This shadow, even darkness must pass. A new day will come, and when the sun shines, it will shine out the clearer. Those were the stories that stayed with you, that meant something, even if you were too small to understand why. But I think, Mr. Frodo, I do understand. I know now, folk in those stories had lots of chances of turning back, only they didn't, because they were holding on to something." To which Frodo responds, What are we holding on to, Sam?" Sam says, "That there's some good in this world, Mr. Frodo, and it's worth fighting for." So I know, guys, that during this time, when we've got this virus going around, there's lots of death that's come along with it. And a lot of that death has sparked fear. We're scared a lot of times to get out. We don't know if we're going to catch the virus. We don't know what's going to happen if we do catch the virus. There's a lot of fear going around right now. And death, its grip, seems to be pretty strong on us. But we do know that there is a good worth fighting for. We do know that there is a sun that shines, and it will shine out the clearer, because that sun that's shining is our victory that we have in Jesus Christ. And that victory that he gave us over sin and death when he died and was raised 3 days later. And we know that we have that good, we have that hope because of him. And that is a hope that's worth fighting for. So the question I have to leave y'all off with today is, what is the good that you know of, that we have, that's worth fighting for, and how are we going to fight for it? Thanks, guys. I hope you will continue to tune into our Ministry Minutes, and I hope that you will subscribe to our YouTube channel so you can see more of these. Love y'all. Bye.